Hello and welcome. I am Ashmanix, and I'm chewing on food. Running late again. Let me just sort out some stuff. So I'm using VTube Studio. This time I usually use Meow Face. Meow. Where's the thing where I can? I should probably buy YouTube Studio Premium. Be under the person, right? What the fuck? Where's the settings where I can? Oh, there it is. No model selected. I don't need the model select. Oh, you absolute bell end. That's just how the tracking works. Alright, welcome to the stream, Valari Kantari. Welcome, Crack Dealer. We're going to play some more Ace Attorney Investigations, I think. Let me just, no, what the hell? Why is the... Why does this game sound so low? Oh, my soul. Oh, do you know what? I'll probably put the music down. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, let's do this. Let's continue, boys. Oh man, running late. I was coding something that's probably not going to work. Man, I'm hungry. I should have eaten. Oh, what the fuck? One sec. I think the tracking in VTube Studio is better, but my mouth doesn't move that much. I really need to... I really need to figure out what the fuck. Man, I'm hungry. Eating some jerky. Larry, could I have been enjoying some interesting manga? Charming. Oh, I want to just check that the description of this video doesn't have that stupid restream bullshit. Restream's got a tendency now to add the fucking... Yeah, it's in the fuck off Restream. Bastards add that into the description to get some free bloody bullshit. Oh man, I'm fucking up. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna go and get some snacks. Right, that's me back. Right. Got myself some more snacks. Keep the mic a bit far away from me. Why am I working tomorrow? God damn! I regret not taking holidays. I regret everything. Right. Let's get into this. Ugh. I'm Ash. I'm not doing the proper intro. I'm Ashmanix. It is Sunday evening once again. Sunday's come too soon. Monday's going to be a reckoning. I'll probably should have done more work last week, and I didn't, so that'll be fun. I'm not looking forward to work. But this is Ace Attorney Investigations. Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney Investigations. And we're on, I think, the last case. I've left the Damask 2 investigation to Franziska and returned to Babal. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babal's statue. Mr. Edgeworth! It's okay, what's the situation? Oh yeah. Oh, it's great. Investigating is so much fun. Okay. In other words, they've made absolutely no progress. We aren't goofing off, honest sir. Yeah, my arse. You've been investigating our hearts out. Very well then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation? Oh, we've had a really fun time, sir. Fuck you now. Come on, Gumshoe. Just... I knew it. Zero progress. Are they just there to look pretty? In any case, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. You have permission to enter the Alabastian embassy, is that correct? Yup. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir. Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. The box. They belong to the lady under the Pink Princess's mask. The Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir? The kind that was also playing the role of the Pink Badger yesterday. Oh! Ooh, understood, sir. Gumshoe knows. If I have to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere. What? Doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence that has lost their value given to Detective Gumshoe. Lost their value? What the hell? Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What? Are you really going to throw that autograph away? Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. I mean, who are you expecting? Steel Samurai's autograph scrunched up into a ball and disposed of. Damn! Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Necessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. What has he left? Oof. What? Okay. You're not going to go back to Alabasta already, are you? No, not yet. I still need to gather a bit more information first. It would appear that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated. You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. Perform what? Like, you don't sing or anything. Something like the Greatest Great Thief Show. I should think it'd be a bad idea for a thief to show their face to the world. Yeah. A ladder. Actually, that's a step ladder. They're the exact same thing. No way, from the structure up, they're totally different. Of course, from a thief's perspective, the best of the ladders is the rope ladder. Step ladder is much too heavy to carry around after all. And from a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty of being dangerous during an earthquake. Oh, okay. Bags full of cement powder are stacked up here. I suppose they're for the renovation. Yeah, because I don't smell a drop of gold here or any other treasure for that matter. Okay, the only scent you should detect in a place like this is the smell of sweat. What? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, that was a pretty good play in words there. Ah, Gummy, don't randomly jump into one of our dialogues like that. Lol. Were you eavesdropping on us, Detective Gumshoe? No, it's not like that, sir. Whatever. Wait, is it? What's this? What are you up to, mate? There is a sign here warning passers-by to take precautions around the renovation site. They're really going all out, huh? There's construction going on everywhere. I believe Ambassador Poleno said it was to attract more tourists and visitors. But what can they do with the new stuff they're building? Hey, what do you think they should do, Mr. Edgeworth? How about transforming it into a courthouse? Hey, be serious. And I was being serious. Yeah, whatever. Having a real time of it cleaning up after the fire. I suppose we should stay out here and investigate the stage some more. What? Alright, that was the aim. Just looking at these scaffolds makes me want to climb them. I recommend that you do not try. There was a fire burning here until not too long ago. Yeah, but I think enough time has passed, so it should be alright. Thief Child says, if there is a height to be scaled, then to scale it you must. Thief Child. Starting from Thief Child, would you care to explain what you just said? Yeah, what the fuck? No. Ah, so you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these you can eat whatever you'd like. How the fuck is... And these are... Discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 AM in the morning. I appreciate the concern. However, these coupons do nothing from you right now. This open-air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to Babal. I heard that tonight, over in the Alabastrian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too. Mr. Cochin told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire that the Yatagrasu started. Exactly. Interesting. Ambassador Poleno, I'd like to ask you a little more about the Primiduc statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabaster Babal used to be one country called Codopia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the Primiduc statue belonged to the founders of Codopia. At least that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed unto the king of Codopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty, and the right to rule, I take it. Yes, that's right, which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold a real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabas and Babal were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The Primiduc statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy. I wonder if Ambassador Poleno knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. Roger is saying, what is he going to give us tickets for? He might, mate. Ambassador Poleno, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Yes? Oh, and don't worry, you can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? In exchange, I expect you'll be coming to Babao, yes? Thank you, but just the one thing is all I require. Mind coach, I'd like to ask you about this man who is your secretary. Sure, I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. If there were ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. think that a man like that had a hand in a smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed? Actually, I suppose because he was an able man, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. Sounds like Mr. Cochin had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been really busy. Since I became the Babalese representative of the Country Unification Council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council? Oh, well, you see, had tonight's events proceeded without a hitch, our two countries were to reunify and become one again. But I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. I suppose not. What else do we have? Ambassador Paleno, if you could please take a look at this for me. The Prima Duck statue sitting in Alabaster right now actually belongs to Babal. So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Karma about this earlier. Then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babal's Prima Duck statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession... Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. Dodge. And it is definitely Alabast's statue. I know because it's a real statue. Oh shit. Then you're saying that Babal was a replica. I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babal, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. To say that we could not determine which statue was the real one.
Hold it!
Why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babal were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? He's not... Hey, do you detect the scent of treasure coming from this bush? The scent of treasure? Not at all. Mr. Edward, you're totally not with it. I'm not with it. No, and it's important for both thieves and prosecutors to be energetic. Perhaps for a thief like you, but that level of energy is unbecoming of a prosecutor. You really think so? That prosecutor we met at Gatewater Land seemed to be pretty active. Well, he's not a prosecutor anymore. Yeah, everything just naturally balances out. Okay, well, talk about the bush. Mr. Edgeworth! You look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective. Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir. So, what did you find out? Ah, well, I think he has found nothing of any particular use, as usual. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from Ambassador Paleno. Oh, and what is this something interesting? Oh, it's probably those vouchers. Yes, sir! What? Wow, that's so pretty. I'm so jealous. That's a real treasure there. Why does the flame burn green, Detective? So apparently if you burn the special wit crystal oil that they only make in Babal, it burns this green colour, sir. Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. I suppose this is applied to force people to visit Babal should the oil run out. Hey Gummy, what about these silhouettes? They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so it'd protect the images. Oh, silhouettes? Huh, they are pretty. They are rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much? Uh-huh. You got it, sir. Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff? Ah, well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner. I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant. You're a fucking child, man. What the hell? I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. Silhouette, lantern, data, joy, dynamo, organizer. Runs in wet crystal oil, which burns green. That must be important. Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabast? Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened. Oh, I see. So there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country. That's the gist of it. The bar is just as strict as Alabast in their inspection of the people and things that enter their country. Meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries. You mean the fake Yatagarasu? In one way or another, Yatagarasu is connected. Of this, I'm sure. Now then, there was a Yatagarasu. Where was the Yatagarasu first spotted? I believe it was the Rose Garden on the Alabastian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least that's where I heard that Yatagarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste. Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? My guess is that it's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it will be of any use? There's a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? Doesn't look like there's anything it could get wet from around here. I was thinking they could have concerts here at this open air stage from time to time, right? Alright, I'll find its owner later. It looks like this is so random, a guitar pick. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this? What is this? It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago. Wait, you've been carrying that bottle with you this whole time? Like I saying, is that girl like a professional? This girl is not a professional, she's just a random child. Like, she's not anything. He randomly accosted and says, I'm trying to find the real Yatagarasu. He has no qualifications. And pretends to be a thief, you know, on top of everything. So, I don't know, man. I mean, she's definitely not a professional. I thought that one day it'd be of some use in tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time. 7 years, that perfume's probably not going to have any smell. Thank you. I'd be honoured to hold on to it for you. Wait, why do we have to... What use would holding on to it? Dude. Oh yeah, let's have some more snacks. Tracked you and seen nepotism. What? Because her dad was a prosecutor. We saw the show just beyond these doors, but it's been quite a number of hours now. Mr. Edgeworth, have I ever told you that you talk like an old fogey? Shut up. I was merely reminiscing. Is that such a crime? Don't call me old. I'm not old. I'm young and spry. Young and totally young and spry. Well, like I was asking, why would she carry the same fragrance as from years ago? I don't know. She said she thought it might help us find the criminal who used that perfume, apparently. Or she used that perfume to help commit a crime. It's totally like... Why would you hold on? I don't know why. That seems What is a fogey? Old fogey, just an old person. Is that a Britishism? Americanism? What does fogey mean? Oh. It means a very old-fashioned or conservative person. I didn't know. I just thought fogey meant old person. Oh well. Let me in. I think I'll be returning to the investigation at Alabas now, but I know, I'll go back to Babao and do some more investigating there. Yes, get lost, Kate. Ooh. Rose Garden, March 14th, 9:58 PM. Oh, there's, what's his face? I see you back, Miles Edgeworth. I bet you this is Francisco. Yeah! How are things in Babal? Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl. Well, the investigation into Manny Cochin's death hasn't progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has. Ah yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will? Preposterous. Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu. That's correct. Master Alba was to give a speech tonight here in Alabast. And that's when the Yatagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly, it vanished. What? How is that proof that it was a Yatagarasu? Just some it could have been some randomer making shadows with the light. After that, there was the fire at the Babalese embassy and the Yatagarasu started. I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Begin investigation, Rose Garden. The statue bears a resemblance to the Primadux statue. The plaque says King Primadux and the battlefield. In order to save the Queen, King Primadux put his life on the line and went to war. So Primadux was actually a person of royal blood. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. Well, what surprises me is that a real person who looked like the Steel Samurai existed. I suppose there's that, too. There's an overturned spotlight here. When the Yatagarasu appeared, audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicked. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over. Having a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here. I thought to use my whip to capture the Yatagarasu. However, there were people in my way and I was unable to land even a single lash. I suppose this means that some other poor saps were hit instead. How did she get away with this? How did she not get in trouble? Is she that rich and powerful? Probably. There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. It's not just for aesthetics, the pool's water is also used in putting out fires. What? I see. Oh. The pool stopped filling itself automatically. The fountain spouts are set to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level. Which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it just in case. Part of the Rose Garden pool water refills the water when the water level is too low. What the fuck? What? How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry. Oh hey Edgy, thanks for what you did back there. Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment. I know that. Do you really think that I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun? Objection! Alright then, did you by chance fall into the pool? Nice guess, but no dice. So you know my son, right, Edgy? what? Your son. I guess I kind of lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him. What? You imbecile, how can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is this child of yours anyway? Huh? Oh, how old is he again?
Hold it!
Larry, this is the first time I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother? The mother? Oh, that chick, the pink princess. The pink princess?
Hold it!
Miss Von Karm. I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe that what he is looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant. Yup, because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase an astounding fool. Valari Katai was asking the fuck is Butch doing now, mate. You can't escape this guy. He's fucking everywhere, just causing mayhem. Larry, we have not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now get out of there. Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there. Wait. Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. Like that's asking how long had he been underwater. That's a good question. He must have been... There must be a way out of there. A statue of a woman. One of the ladies pouring water. It says that it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Pumadux. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart. That's random from Francisca. I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made the leap to that. Is that a hint? Does Francisca have the hots for Edgeworth? That would be hilarious. The biggest tsundere on the planet. She's got like a a statue to him or something in her house. Is it possible that the Yatagrasu hid in these bushes? Of course not. They're rose bushes. You've been spending so much time with Scruffy and that girl, they're rubbing off on you. But it's alright, I'll wake you out of your stupor. How? Now, next time you feel like sleep talking, remember that I'll whip you for real. Right, this is beyond a joke, Francisca. I genuinely feel that you get a thrill out of whipping people. You should see a therapist about that. All I tried to do was offer up a possibility, and this is what I get. I mean, you know what Francisca's like, man. What are you complaining about? Oh man, Lang or whatever his name is. So this is where Ambassador Alba was to give his speech. The stage was set up nicely, however, where was the audience supposed to sit? Perhaps they were supposed to sit around the edge of the pool. That's such poor planning that there was no place other than a spot or two by the pool. They really should have made seating arrangements like how the gallery is set up in court. Indeed, you can sense that consideration for the viewers was taken with those. Mate, I mean, come on. It's a freaking court set. Of course they're gonna have seats. This is stupid. Actually, this is stupid. Why would you give a speech in front of a pond? What the fuck, man? Graduate says, or she should. Down bad. I can fix her, or she can fix me with the whip. So in the end, the speaker and his audience were to stand the whole time, huh? Yes, although I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while. Why would you do it that way? Have you finished checking out all the bystanders? Yes, sir! And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a late, sir. Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Sir, not a single thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct. Agent Lang. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor, I would just like to thank you for your assistance, Arthur. Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba? We are to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. Heh, as if I could be so easily called away from the skates after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagrasu appeared, correct? Yeah, I saw the thief alright, with my own 2 eyes. The Yatagrasu was always there lurking in the shadows. What? But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. He looked like he was posing. That's not how someone sits there and waits to look at something. And also, was it him, or was it just a little bloody statue? That's when cries of "It's a Yatagrasu" rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out, and by the time we got the area lit again, the deaf thief had vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. There was one plug for all the outdoor... Such a bad design. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing is for certain. The Yatagrasu was here. Mate, you saw a shadow. Yous are fucking terrible. You should all get retrained. Go back to police academy. So you're saying that basically all you saw was a thief's silhouette? Yes.
Objection!
There you go. If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else. Ha! Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape. Come on. Come on, man. Not among the staff or the audience members. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right. Someone else's shadow. That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagrasu. I believe I figured out its true origin. What? I expect no less from my subordinate. Now let's hear what you know on the subject. Wait, what? What really casts a shadow of the Yatagrasu? That I suppose? That doesn't look exactly like it though. What the fuck? Where were the spotlights? There's one here, right? Bro, why is this all of a sudden I am being tested? Wait, I can't save? You bastard! I can't fucking save! Was it that against the bushes?
Take that!
The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagrasu. Is it not possible that it was created by this statue?
Objection!
Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagrasu. You are correct. However, the statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? What is the other part of the real form of the Yatagrasu's shadow? Fuck. I don't know, the bushes? Bro, I don't know. Like, it had to be a combination. So the light was here, and it was shining on this.
Take that!
No. Wherever. Wait. I don't know, the bushes? Damn! 3 whips! What the fuck? I thought it was the fountain, right? Man, shit, I can't choose the bushes. I don't know, man. What the fuck? Wait. Oh shit, yeah, it's the... Fuck, it's the other statue, of course it is.
Take that!
It's another statue. The Yatagarasu's shadow was made from the shadows of the 2 statues. Made? What do you mean by that? Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panic state. Wait, Practical, why are you sending empty messages? What's going on? Why did they let you send these? Wait, send... What did you do? Send an empty message? Oh yeah, you can send an empty message. That's not very smart. Google being Google, I guess. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared, you believe that the 2 shadows will create the Yatagarasu's shadow? Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. Gratitude saying, isn't this what Brittany does? That's so true. Fucking sends endless messages of nothing. Stop doing it, Brittany. First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primadux in the battlefield, the shadow of the King's statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set up a light up on the Queen who spoke of love to King Primadux, her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop to the stage. Aha, so if we were to combine the 2 shadows, it looks nothing like the Yatagarasu's shadow. Miles Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque shape? Calm down, Francisca. The way the light needs to be shone on the Queen's statue is wrong. But what do you mean by that? I believe the whole of the King's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the Queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow. Does it show what it looked like? Lovely that you don't have something to refer to. Fucking hell. Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill the rest of Yatagarasu's shadow. Wait, what the fuck? Her hand? Why didn't you say that in the first place? You're right. No, I apologize. Now, what part of the Queen's statue was used to complete the Yatagarasu's shadow? I guess it was the hand?
Take that!
Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long thin areas, correct? Now what does that remind you of? Ah! That's right, it can only be the shadow of the Queen's left hand. Francisca, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the Queen's left hand? Alright, let's give it a try and see what we get. It's... yes, this is exactly like a shadow I saw. Why is the hand so weirdly elongated? Doesn't that make... That's such a bullshit. Like, there's no way the hand would give off a shadow like that. Look at the hand. Fuck off, game. The culprit must have changed the spotlight's position beforehand. And then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came on, the Yatagarasu's shadow had vanished, which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. So you see, the Yatagarasu never did visit Alabasta tonight. The only country that he visited was Babal, although it can be assumed that the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabasta. An accomplice? But who? I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solving this case is the existence of this accomplice. Dun 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 dun! Who do you think that's gonna be? Don't have a clue. Oh, this guy. Agent Bad. Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Yatagarasu? I've left the murder in Agent Lang's charge. And my only target from the very beginning is the Yatagarasu, so yes. So, what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it. We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So if you please... When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist. Oh no! She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist. Not her, man. Shit. Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her. What the fuck am I looking at? It's like a balloon burst or something. What in the world? The Yatagarasu is flying through the air. The times, they are changing. It's not just man, but the evidence, even they lie to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from. I see. So this was taken after the fire. What of Yatagarasu did? Why are we assuming that's a Yatagarasu? It could just be any flying piece of cloth or some shit. The blur in this picture took off from the Babalese embassy, flew over the boundary and headed for the embassy of Alabasta.
Objection!
I mean, what could have... Right, the other possible solution is that they had a zip line. They had like a wire attached between the two embassies and they zipped line between them. Like I saying a torn trash bag. Yeah. And you asked is the Afro woman. Yeah, I think it's her. I can't remember her name, but she was annoying as fuck. This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight. Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. Two, actually. Maybe it happens more often than we think. Am I up to the task of solving this mystery behind this photograph? Well, the Yatagarasu took off from the Babalese embassy, so I should start from there. Franziska, I need to return to the Babal investigation for a bit. Alright? I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. Alright, I'm counting on you. Bye! Oh, no, not okay. Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. I love how she's like, so, like, moving about. Yeah, let's do this investigating. Don't you have school to go to? Wait, do we have an age for her? 17. Shouldn't you be at school or college or something? Or, I don't know, working somewhere? Why are you here? How are you surviving without without working? She said she lived with her grandparents. Are they funding you to like gallivant around the place, put your life at danger? Do your grandparents know where you are? Because I got a feeling that they don't. Gallivanting with strange prosecutor men. Oh man. I don't want to work tomorrow. But whatever. You guys got any plans for the new year? Let's see. Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now, come, let's get our investigation. Blah. Yes, let's. Right. Armor running Edgeworth. Armor running Edgeworth. Let me in. Let me in. Right, the Babalese Embassy Secretariat's office, 10:37 p.m. A couple. What plans you got, Larktai? You think after all that running around, we're right back where we started? It would appear that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Manny's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Polino, but I have yet to find his killer. Then I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu. Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. No one cares. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who's only out to steal the truth. Mr. Faraday, please don't make such a Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright? Give me money. Mr. Polino. Bloody right, freaking woman cries, right? Everyone's like, yeah, I'll get you something. I cry, it says no one gives a shit. Sad times. Okay. I mean, I don't usually cry in front of people, so maybe that's the problem. Maybe I should cry at embassies. Like I'm wearing a bit of furniture around here. Cool. Will you guys be watching any fireworks or whatever? I don't know. Do they have? I know in Scotland we have the Hogmanay where we have fireworks and yeah, all the big cities they have fireworks go off on New Year's. Are you watching that? I mean, I don't expect you to go and watch it live because man, it's not worth going live to watch fireworks like that, man. Like they last for 5 minutes and then you're like, oh, what do we do now? Let's go home. Not feeling like it? Fair enough, fair enough. Actually, there's one thing you can do when you allow us to take another look around. We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh sure, please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything. Thank you, Mr. Polino. Bloody hell, you're a total gentleman. He wasn't that nice to us, what the fuck? Ahaha, you don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss. Hey, it's Sir Polino. God, what the fuck, get a room. Best buds forever. Bloody says one nice thing. Those two sure get chummy awfully quickly. I know, what the hell? You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin? Stop being an ass. We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. Oh, she has the device. And then look... and then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted. Yeah, when I came into this room, that person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Cochin's killer. We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago is found here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved. I knew it! That woman is almost definitely Mr. Cochin's killer. Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved here. Speaking of the Yatagrasu and mysteries, I received the most mysterious photo from Detective Bad. Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too? Yes, he has been chasing after the Yatagrasu for all these years. Uncle Bad. He's bad to the bone. Now then, I was told that the photo was taken just after the fire. What? This kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Mate, it just looks like a fart in the wind. Does this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagrasu after all? I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. Yeah, it's probably a zip line. It's like it's a wire between the two embassies that there's zipping on. But this could be how that person escaped. Well, we need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. Investigation. Let us investigate. Let's look at the window. You can see the Alabastian Embassy through this window. So where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth? You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where Damask 2 was killed. What? You don't mean the Damask 3 too? What shit? Aw, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this. Even though Damask 2 was merely an imposter of the original. Whatever. A fireplace, huh? So Vow's office have them too. Two? There's a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. I still can't believe that we found that lady's undershirt in the fireplace. Gross, and it was all sweaty. Ah. If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? What? You can climb inside and we can play hide and seek? What? And come out covered in soot? I think not. Ah, you really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth. You're insane. It appears that this area was heavily damaged by the fire. Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. That looks like a very comfortable chair. Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it? No, I better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times. Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes. That's because I am a prosecutor and it's a part of my job to examine things. Is he not wearing gloves? And my job is to be a great thief. No one asked you. Which is exactly why you are not allowed to touch anything. Looks like a bunch of flowers with coupons attached to them. Wow, sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I could call it the Great Thief Coupon. What kind of discount would that net you? The 5-finger kind, what else? And I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer, what the fuck? Things such as the truth? What else would I steal? Well, I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now. Oh. There's a bottle of Babyliss ink on Mr. Cochin's desk. And it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside. The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink. Hey, Mr. Plano, it looks like your precious Babyliss ink is alright after all. What? That's odd.
Hold it!
Ambassador, what do you mean by that? Well, it's just that there is something strange about the ink. Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? What is he talking about? Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask about your movements before the fire broke out. What the fuck? Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one tonight. Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Babyliss Embassy tonight. What a bother all of that was. Wait, but the only fire we know about is this one after the Jamming Ninja show. Well, the first occurred at the start of the Jamming Ninja show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. What the fuck? You had 2 fires in the same day? Not wanting to cause a panic among the theatre goers, we decided to keep it internal. Then the fire after the Jamming Ninja show was the second one of the night. Exactly. So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires and the 4th and 5th floors were put out. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. So then what was the extent of the damage in the second fire? The second fire was contained in this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire and the floors above that had caused it. That's how should I put this? A very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here. And Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye. File and Babao data jotted down in my organizer. I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Paleno. Oops, look at me going on and on. Now then, what was it you wanted to ask again? We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Cochin's actions and whereabouts were as well. Yes, very well. Let's see. I'm quite busy all day from morning until now. First I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. After that I had a roll for breakfast.
Hold it!
Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh, you'd like a condensed version? Alright, I could do that for you. So what did Mr. Cochin and you do this morning? Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the Jamming Ninja, but Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were here tidying up his office. You helped clean Mr. Cochin's office. Why were you not cleaning your own? Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. Which is why both the Prima Duck statue and the Babyliss knife set are down here. I see. Oh, but the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files we no longer needed, dodge, and expired coupons in the fireplace. You burned some files you no longer needed? That's a bit suspicious. I bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain though, huh? Ah, about that. I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm up a creep without Manny here to get angry at me.
Hold it!
An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger. Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Well, even just this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some Babyliss ink onto the back wall when I was burning the files, you see. And he got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect. Not like the boss getting bossed around. Lorik tries saying no shredder, and yeah, it's a bit dodge, right? I feel like if you're setting fires to papers to burn them, it's a bit dodge. This place says we jot it down in my organizer. That's about it for what we did this morning, just some cleaning. Don't tell me you had no other work to do, being an ambassador and all. Now then, you tell me what you and Mr. Cochin did this afternoon. Well, Manny and I went down together to the Theatrum Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone. They were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show. A little while later, after I'd straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theatre, because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show. There was a commemorative photo op at the end. It was a fantastic photo of the three of us, Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the Jamming Ninja. Seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador. When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out. So you didn't see Mr. Cochin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show? Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in an internal sleep. I see. Ambassador Paleno, thank you very much for your help. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright? But like I was saying, yeah, what does an ambassador do exactly? That is a very good question. I'm assuming they do a lot of stuff. I wonder if you could tell me what you noticed about Mr. Coachen's bottle of ink. I just thought of it right now, but during the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all.
Hold it!
The fire was green. What was the cause? Well, wood crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern. Babbly's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green. You know, I too had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught on fire, so that's why I was surprised to find out there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk. The case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery. What exactly was it that caught on fire in here? Ambassador Poleno, what exactly used to be here? That used to be a stack of brand new pamphlets, but it looks like they were all burned up. Guess we'll just have to reprint them. But no matter how fast we reprint them, they always disappear so quickly. Is the Babbly's tourism industry really that hot right now? Of course! Although recently the most popular vacation destination has been the Republic of Borginia. But we refuse to lose to them, so we've been hard at work promoting Babal. Interesting. Well, I've just recently returned from a trip to Borginia myself. Oh, and how did you like it? It was alright. I probably shouldn't bring up the fact that I was a suspect on the flight home. Like I was saying, I know paint is flammable, but imagine flammable desk ink. Flammable desk ink, I know, right? The safe wasn't open at the time of the fire. You could tell because the inside wasn't burnt, right? Yes, and thanks to the safe's fire resistance, the smuggling evidence was preserved. Aren't safes great? They always hold the wonderful promise of treasures within. Well, this one certainly did have a few inside. So we're looking at that. So I guess embassy phones are just like normal phones, huh? Well, what did you imagine them to look like? I thought that Babal would look like a flower and the receiver would be a butterfly. That way it looked like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower base. If any country had a flower phone, it would be alabaster, don't you think? Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were Cadopia? There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed in the first place. You know what you lack, Mr. Edgeworth? Curiosity and an imagination. Okay. There's only one book left standing here. Treasures of the World. Wait, what? Let me see that. Uh-huh, I see. Ah! The most important part was blackened by the fire. Why, cruel fate, why? Looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burnt. Oh. Manny Coach. His name is written here on his nameplate. Why would you put a nameplate with your name on it in your own office? I suppose it's to inform people in case they walked into the wrong room by mistake. Do you think maybe it's also there to remind you of your own name if you forget? Well, either way, it's never a bad thing to set a nameplate on one's desk. It would appear that his desk was also fell victim to the fire. But it doesn't look like too damaged. Ooh, I think we can rifle through this drawer a bit. I suppose we really should take a look. It seems that the contents of this drawer survived the fire rather well. Now that's a sturdy desk. I guess that's the value of solid wood construction. Let's see if there's anything useful left in here, Mr. Edgeworth. This is a rather unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere. That's it. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
Eureka!
The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found. Hey, you're right. What is it? It looks like something straight out of Monument Valley. What? Ah, yes, that notebook pad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see. Yes, I do. You do seem to be quite passionate about it. Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you. Are you sure they haven't been burnt to a crisp by the fires? Ambassador Paleno, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note. This looks like Manny's handwriting. I see, in that case. Ooh, did you figure something out? This note was found in Alabama. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murderer, Damask II. Damask II? Then this note... Yes. It was a request from Mr. Cochin for Damask II to steal the Prima Duck statue. What? Manny tried to steal Alabast's Prima Duck statue? We would know for sure if you could run our handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cochin? Yes, I gather a few and I can gather a few and give them to you. We'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis. I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this. Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue? There's one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation. Anything you can tell me would be of great help, Ambassador. Oh, I have to go back to talk to him. Come on. I believe that you said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Cochin hired the mask too. Actually, I fear it may be my fault. What? As I was telling you earlier... One second. We were to determine which statue was a real one as a part of today's event. But because of the Yatagarasu and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it? I'm actually relieved. What? I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled. But you see, Babal's statue, well, it's just a replica. Oh yeah, he was saying that. And does Mr. Cochin know about Babal's Prima Duck statue? Like I said, Gumshoe and handwriting analysis. Handwriting analysis requires psychological qualification. No, Valeri Gadari. Edgeworth was asking about Gumshoe to go and take the evidence to get it run, to have a handwriting analysis run on it by other people, by the handwriting analysis expert people. Not for Gumshoe to do it himself, because obviously Gumshoe is not capable of doing that. Of course he knew, that's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today as this would impact our country's authority. Yes, I understand. Well, when I told Manny my concerns, he said, let me handle it, it'll be alright. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Godopia. At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized he was serious.
Hold it!
Like I saying, but handwriting analysis is not a quick deal. True. But this is Ace Attorney Investigations, where you can get a quick and dirty handwriting analysis in 10 minutes, apparently. Because, yeah. Mr. Cochin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Godopian ambassador. But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was, or will be. I don't have an answer yet as to why he was trying so hard. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness. Me too. Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information I have requested? Yup, got it all right here, sir. There you go, okay? Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all. What is all this, Gummy? It's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. Wait, what the fuck? Now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire. Alright, so that she can use her magic. Gizmo. Good work, detective. Oh, it was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk. Wow, you two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad. What do you mean? As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Well, don't you worry, I'm going to find my own wonderful partner someday. God help us. And when I do, I'm going to become a good Yatagarasu just like my father, right? We still haven't proven that your father was actually the Yatagarasu. You just keep saying
Hold it!
Please don't ask me questions which I have no answer to, Ken. However, I can say that it's truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust. Heh, you bet! Yeah, but he wasn't including you in that. So what now, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I'd like to ask you for a favour. Yes? That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon? Oh, you mean Little Thief? Hey, you're coming to rely on it, aren't you?
Hold it!
Oh my god, it's actually vibrates with fun. I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered in the Ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the 3rd floor fire. You got it. Alright, here we go. I'm just going to press 3 buttons on this bloody device and it'll be able to recreate the whole thing. Fucking bullshit. But hey ho, as I said, when I could tell about the handwriting stuff, this is the world of Ace Attorney investigations where you can recreate a whole crime scene with like 2 bits of data and a couple of presses of a button on a magic device. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Oh my god. Now witness the true power of real modern-day Robin Hood. Ha! Took me 2 seconds to input the data. It seems there are other things besides what the Ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person K saw used as well. Oh wait, it must have been the clock. Ooh, what is this? Is it some sort of light show I was not told about? This is the power of a true vigilante. It's recreating a room with the info I inputted. When did you input the info? You actually literally pressed 1 button. 1 button? I want that magic gizmo. What the hell? Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday. I believe it's about time we return to our investigation. Why didn't we use this in the beginning? Right, so what we got here? Oi, get out of my way. It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling found. Oh, I've seen a few of these before. They spin around and around and play music. What the fuck are you talking about? Merry-go-round. I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies. A what? Yeah, that's it, a musical mobile. But they're nothing alike. They're totally alike. They spin those babies right around like a record. What the fuck are you? I see, I guess I can see how you might think that. Ah, the mind of a simpleton. So by this time the Prima statues had already been swapped, right? They must have been, as this one is covered in a suit. What lousy timing, and just as the 2 countries were about to become friends again too. It would have been better if I had stolen it. It would have been better if I had stolen it than for it to get caught up in that fire. Okay, I think I understand your sentiment. However, if you were to engage in theft, I can't look the other way, right? If you could please stop stealing my lines. Like I saying, music sounds like Kraftwerk. I don't know Kraftwerk. The safe wasn't open at the time of the fire. You can tell because the inside wasn't burned, right? Yes, and thanks to the safe's fire resistance, it's smuggling empty. I regret this. You can see the Alabastian embassy through this window. So So where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, we said this. As you can see, it was from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where Damas 2 was killed. Oh, sorry. What? You don't mean that... Oh, we've read this. Come on. That looks like a very comfortable chair. Well, it doesn't look at all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it? Oh, we just read. Oh, come on, game. Skip, skip, skip. So Babao's really into pushing their tourism industry, huh? Yes, it would appear that way. You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after this case? Do you already have a destination in mind? Well, ideally I'd like to go someplace where I could continue my thief trading. Oh, well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jamming Ninja TV show. Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth. I can't believe you took me seriously. Looks like one of the Babalese knives was already missing before the fire began. So it would seem, especially since the other 2 knives handles were burned away. The remaining handle was swapped out with the handle from the real murder weapon. Babao's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babao, don't you think? I'm not sure I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babao's woes. It looks like all of the souvenirs suffered some damage from the fire. I don't believe it. Murder on top of arson? What a disgrace to the name of the Yatagarasu. The fake Yatagarasu is guilty of much more than just theft, it seems. I know, because if it were me, my first priority would have been to loot this bookshelf. You would steal ordinary souvenirs that you can buy virtually anywhere. You can't buy them anywhere. Each one is specific to a location and has its own value. And items that have memories attached to them are the most valuable of all. What the fuck? But could you really rob someone of their valuable memories just like that? No, because even if I take the souvenir, I can't take the owner's memories. Oh my god. This grandfather clock was apparently in a different position before the fire. According to the staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir. Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire. Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now, but I don't hear any chiming. That's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot of every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damages internal mechanisms or something. Ambassador Palermo, may we take a look inside that clock? Sure, go right on ahead. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the inside of this clock. Yes, sir, I'm on it. Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir. It looks like a length of wire. There you go. Wait, what? Why would that stop the thing from chiming? Why would you put it in a... Could you not hide it in a place that was not in the way of the mechanism? This is what caused the clock to stop chiming. But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? That's the wire he used to travel between the 2 embassies. There you go. Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock? It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Plana that put the wire in there. Then perhaps it was Mr. Cochin's killer who did. These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Polino saw. With flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in. Okay, by the time you came into this room, had the fire already been put out? Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time. Then this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the 3rd floor. Until the Yatagarasu appeared and caused a stir in Babao, I suppose. I guess Mr. Polano was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh? Yes, you could put it that way, and since you were the first to discover the body, you can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course. I knew it. That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Cochin's killer. This is very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you, and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here. Okay, then maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in. But then, what did the person set on fire to make the green flames? Well, whatever it is that person burned, it made a rather sizable fire. And since the fire is green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean. Yes, and I do believe that what you are thinking is exactly why these flames are green. Which fire-related piece of evidence burns the same color as these flames? Which fire-related piece of evidence burns fire-related? I mean, was the money made? I think did he use the fake money?
Take that!
No. Well, like Tyre saying, working wire long enough to zip line from building to another part of the building. Apparently. I'm not even reading this, come on. Oh shit. Right.
Take that!
This silhouette lantern, its green flame comes from the white crystal oil it's burned. Oh yeah, so he must have just dropped that. Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off. I think we've now established that the green flames were caused by wood crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made from wood crystal oil. Oh, you mean that thing Mr. Poleno was mistaken about, right? Yes, precisely. As we found out earlier in our investigation. What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir? Fine, I suppose. I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is the thing made from wood crystal oil that Ambassador Poleno was mistaken about.
Take that!
Babyliss ink is made from wood crystal oil. Oh, so it should burn the same colour as the flames in the lantern, right? Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Babyliss ink. Because we found the ink Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right? Yes. However, we know that Mr. Cochin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames. Oh yeah, I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. Good night, Valarikatai. It would appear that I've finally found it, the smuggling ring's real goal. What? The real goal is to set fire to... What the fuck are you talking about? Made of Babyliss ink, this is the source of the green flames. Are we saying it's the money?
Take that!
What would consume that great of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Zhengfa. You're kidding! You're saying that it was Mr. Cochin who made the counterfeit bills? I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babal's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Cochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Why yes, I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed. Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you'll need to be investigated as well. Yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? My duty is to search out all who shielded Mr. Cochin and concealed his crime. For they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. Hello, Cooksoul. Let's get fake money that burns green. Why not? That apparently, I mean, that's what all this is about, isn't it? Counterfeit bills dated, updating my organizer. Wait, what? That was it? I'm on fire! I thought I'd investigated everything. A fireplace, huh? So Babal's office happened to. There's a fireplace, yeah, I've read this before. Oh, let me just have more. I still can't believe that we found that undershirt in the fireplace. Blah 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 blah. Don't remind me of Miss Oldbag's fire undershirt, man. Ugh. Or sweaty undershirt. Cookso saying diplomatic immunity. I know. That's how he got away with it. He wouldn't have got in trouble if he got caught. Unless for some reason they lost their diplomatic immunity. It appears that the desk is largely unchanged from before the fire. Yeah, it just got a little burnt, that's all. It's a very fine desk. I'm sure that even now it's still usable. If it's that great, why don't you trade your desk with it? No. It was just a suggestion. You didn't have to get all monosyllabic on me, you know. Whatever. Sway on. Yes. Do we still? No, we got rid of it. We gave it to Gumshoe to give back to Miss Oldbag. God. What was it that we were? It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan. Oh, I've seen a few of these. You said. We've talked to him and it says it's done. Yeah. Detective, you took part in the initial Babal investigation, correct? Yup, sure did. Also helped put out both fires, sir. That first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea because it was in use. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd been burnt to a crisp. You're not supposed to use the elevator when there's a fire, dumbass. Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in the case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator. Yeah. Oh. Maybe someone rode it in a fit of panic. Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Babalese embassy at all? I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either, sir. I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective. Cookso is saying that a Parasocial Paradise game was great. Loved the meta-narrative of you trying to get the good ending and failing every time. It's funny because I was actually close to getting the good ending the first time I think I played through it, and I didn't realise it. But I was being defiant the whole time. Also, the good ending is not a good ending. It's a side Uta style ending where you just like, you live with the eldritch monstrosity happily ever after. I'm glad you enjoyed it though. Yatagarasu Cooks was like, eat your burgers, Apollo. Wait, what is that a reference to? Apollo Justice? Eat what? Man, I'm hungry. The second fire broke out around the time the Yatagarasu was spotted in Alabast. That's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babal, which caused some panic.
Hold it!
So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Babal. Yeah, all they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. That's not enough to make a positive ID, you know. Still, it was enough to make people who received the calling card panic even more. A person in a long coat sounds like the exact same person I saw. The Yatagarasu that appeared in Alabast was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babal is also suspect. You can't be serious. Not when we're this close to capturing the fake. How are you this close to it? They're not even here. Wherever they've gone, they've clearly escaped. So how could you say we're close to capturing them? Like, even if you... I mean, you're assuming they're still in the embassy. God damn. Scratcher saying, are you going to play the other game you installed? What was that Shibuya one? No. The one that I was trying to get running. Was it Divi Dead? I don't know, man. I need to... Right, so Tuesday. What do I usually play on a Tuesday? I can't remember what I usually play on Tuesdays. Oh yeah. I want to be a game dev. I might do something different on Tuesday because Tuesday is Tuesday's New Year's Eve. So I might do a... Because I'll be off on Wednesday. So I think I might do a late stream for New Year's Eve because I got nothing else to do. Why not? Anyway, spend New Year's with Ash Mannix. Oh, I could have the countdown timer. I can run the countdown timer as well because last year I think I tried using it. It didn't fucking work. But I fixed the bug for it. Kratio say fucking Tuesday, innit? Lol. That's more of a Kuxo accent. I mean Callisto U. What the fuck? Oh. So the Yatagarasu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Coach, and then disappeared. By the way, detective, why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu? I did, but well, this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with, and I was lost for a while there. Hold it! You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, detective. I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. God damn, Gumshoe, come on. But you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue. Oh, is that a fact? Yeah, it was when I was lost and wandering around the 3rd floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away. Oh, well, that's probably from when I found Mr. Cochin's body. Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could. And it was thanks to Gummy that Miss Sheena wasn't able to take me away. Sheena. Sheena sounds like a dodgy person. You covered for me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, I see. So you can be useful once in a blue moon. Still, it's too bad that Agent Sheena got here before I did. I wonder where Agent Sheena was before you found her here. Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door. She was in the next door room, what the fuck? Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarasu herself earlier. Well, she apparently helped in putting out the first fire. And during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarasu. She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her. Why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir? Because you suck. We've examined... Wait. Oh, I can't look at the other thing. We've examined everything in this office. But there's one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Paleno about it. Ambassador Paleno, there's something I'd like to ask you about. Yes? About this office, it appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock. Ah, that's right. You've also paid a visit to the Alabastian side of the embassy. Our 2 embassies actually used to be one. Yes, I know, even the pamphlet mentioned that. Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical. Nice. Yeah, but the furnishings don't need to be. So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace and the lake are exactly the same. Even where the art is located the same as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the master's office. You mean for your handshake photo op with the jamming ninja? Yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right? Yet another odd expression of Aval's obsessively competitive spirit with Alabast, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. Huh? Connect what dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. I wonder if the fireplace... Wait. Just try this. Yeah. The Alabastian and Babyliss sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passageway. A secret passageway? In Alabast, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall. A revolving wall? Sounds like something out of a ninja house. Wow, there was a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir. What? This embassy holds that kind of secret? There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador. I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room. Well, what are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this. Agreed. My first thought is that it's likely the killer used the revolving fireplace. It looks like just another fireplace, though it doesn't it? So how do you turn it again? In Alabast, I had to push where the X was in the far wall of the fireplace. Oh, I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it. Ah, you scared me, sir. There's something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts. Huh? But we found an X where you thought there'd be one, right? We did, but that's not what I was referring to. Something is similar from this scene. Something is missing from this scene. What does this contradiction mean for us? He did say... Spilled Babali's ink onto the back wall while burning files in fireplace. Won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. You push this X mark, the fireplace wall should turn. Revolving fireplace wall? That's neat, sir. We should hurry up and... Hold it! No. I need to examine about this first. Besides which, there is also something I'd like to test. Like what, sir? I'll tell you later, Detective. And now let's continue with the investigation. So... all I see inside this fireplace is starter wood. Huh? That's odd. It doesn't match up with what Mr. Poleno said earlier. What is the meaning of this contradiction? Yeah, let's have a look. Eureka! Ambassador Poleno, you said that you burned some old files in this fireplace today, correct? Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually. And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct? That's right, but why are you asking, and why are you making such a scary face? I'm sorry, I admit I am a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you find odd about it. Let's see. Huh? Where did all the ashes go? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't really think that Ambassador Poleno is lying, do you? No, there's no reason for him to lie. I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Okay, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me. You got it. I'll add in the ashes from the burnt files and... Sounds like we've pretty much figured everything out now, huh? Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us. Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, right? Oh, you mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know. There's really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. So, missing ashes, revolving fireplace. The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple. It's not because someone cleaned them up, right? No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Poleno said that he spilled some Babyliss ink while he was burning the files. And yet there is not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere. Well then, I don't know what happened. Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighbouring room, which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used. You mean the revolving wall was used? Revolving fireplace wall data jotted down in my organizer. Then you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through there? Yes, I believe the person you are in pursuit of is Mr. Cochin's killer, and after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route. I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down. So they escape. Oh, baby! If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape into the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who is in the neighbouring room. Well, the person that was in the next room was... Oh, it was the person, sir. Yes, Detective. Agent Sheena. Yeah, I told you. I think she is, missed you or whatever. Ring! It's looking more and more like Miss Sheena as the killer, isn't it? Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Cochin. I don't have any proof yet, however, I know she is hiding something from us. Okay then, why don't we go ask Miss Sheena herself? Hold it! No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first, Detective Gumshoe. Sir, is it my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on Damask 2's note. Okay, I'll get the lab boys on that right away. Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall. Right now, sir? No, next decade. Of course now. We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we? Go on, Gummy, you can do it. Alright, I'm gonna do it like a real man. Here I go through the fireplace and back. You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for such a simple task, Detective. Wow, the wall inside the fireplace really did turn. That's so neat. Now I want to try go through there. There really is a secret passageway through there. I had no idea. It would appear that the ash really was pushed into the other room. Furthermore, the Babalese ink you spilled in the master is there on the back wall. Okay, here I go, sir. Hold it! Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer. Huh? But there's all that ash and stuff. And your point is, now we're short on time, so if you could please hurry on through. Yes, sir. Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right? No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve, such as the Yatagrasu's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, the two weapons that made it across the border, the key Mr. Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Mr. Yu is related to these embassies. Mr. Edgeworth? A number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted. What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said that it's easy if you follow the leads. Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay? If it's info gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. You've been so good so far. Then all you have to do is show off your fancy schmancy logical deductions. I'm surrounded by idiots. Show off. Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that? Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You've been so focused, like a laser, on only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if you think things through calmly, the answer should come to us. Okay, you are an idiot. That's the sort of thing I say to myself when I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know? That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake. Yay, looks like you're back onto your straight-laced self again. Ugh. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back, sir. Yes, I can see that. Good work, Detective. Looks like you could use that fireplace like a door, sir. Are you alright, Gummy? I'm okay, it's just a bit of ash and dust, that's all. Your jacket has gone quite filthy. See, the hem is practically turned black. Yeah, well, quite a bit of the unburnt ink got on it, sir. I see. Thank you, Detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat. What? Oh no, sir, I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it clean, but you know. I see. Very well then, as you wish. So because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right? Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact. And that is... I'll have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir, I'll be back before you know it. The handwriting analysis in Mr. Cochin's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait at the Theatrum Neutralis along with Agent Lang and Agent Sheena. What to be continued. Ring. The Theatrum Neutralis, 11:33 p.m. Agent Lang. What? Alright, it's glasses he wears. That's what that is. Langsy says, little cubs never do they know the real fury of the elder wolves. These quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean? It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. I don't care. Mr. Prosecutor. The counterfeit bills made with Babalese ink. They were all of Zhangfa denominations. Yes, so I heard from Miss Von Karma. But we don't know where the play money has gone. They must not have figured out that it was all burned yet. Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zhangfa is in financial chaos as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money, the citizens are also worried. I've staked the honour of the House of Lang on this, and have come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zhangfa, and I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, Don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Oh, no, I should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Kirk says, you fool. Curse your empty brain. Yeah, you're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. Sheena, let's go. Time to return to our den. But yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but to go home as well. Agent Lang. Hold it! You Wolfman and the secretary lady, hold it! Objection, pal! Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis ready? Yup, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir. Just as I thought. Good work, Detective. Mass 2 note, updating my organizer. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone's finally here. Agent Sheena, I'd like to ask you something if you don't mind. Yes? How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagrasu when you were in the neighbouring room to where Mr. Cochin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, what are you doing asking her about something she didn't see? Agent Lang hasn't touched the Babal investigation at all, so I suppose I'll need to explain a few things to him first. Miles Edgeworth? I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours. Cha-cha-cha. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. Oh, it sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end. Is she seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day? You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you? I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see. Ha! I should have known. That you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end. It would appear that way. Lol. Well, I'll prove her innocence, so let's see what you've got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. With pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagrasu that appeared in Babal, and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony. You mean the suspicious person in the coat that she saw? That's right, that person is one of the keys to solving this case. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. Pretended? And what do you mean by that? I'll get to that in a second, but first I want to review what Kay's mystery person did. Kay, if you could please explain for us what the person you were chasing did. Okay, you got it. I first spotted a suspicious person near the open-air stage in the Babalese side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase. For the sake of argument, let's call the suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now, please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor. Can do. I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babalese embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Kochin's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. When I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Ah, who's there? By the time I turned on the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared. When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang? What do you mean, why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind the girl under cover of darkness. Objection! Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through that door. Oh, and how do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run right into this person. Take that! Your answer is Sheena. Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used the door. When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Kochin's body, the Yatagarasu would have run right into Agent Sheena, who was in the next room over. Agent Sheena, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question? No, I didn't see anyone. You see, therefore, the Yatagarasu could not have escaped. It just means that the creep slipped out before Sheena made it out into the hallway. Objection! I doubt that, as there was another person in that hallway. A certain detective. Detective Gumshoe, where were you exactly at that time? Me, sir? Well, when I heard Kay's scream, I ran towards Mr. Coach's office from the opposite direction of Agent Sheena, sir. So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. You nailed him with just an explanation of what happened. Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well. Yet another possible escape route the Yatagrasu could have taken. I get it, so that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess, this is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out. Precisely. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust out with our revolving fireplace wall explanation, right? No, not quite yet. Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time. The revolving wall on the Babylese side is known only to 4 people. And if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end. What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics? Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off. That smug, haughty attitude of yours. You really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Well, no matter. I figured out already anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window. And since an eerie picture of said escape route exists, are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagrasu's escape? I guess Detective Bad must have filled him in on this photo. I have to admit that at first I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that to be impossible. Wait, why is it impossible? Now, I realise you may not know this, but humans can't fly. Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense. Besides, I never said I thought that photo to be of the Yatagrasu's escape route. I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself. The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagrasu that Kay was chasing after. You can say whatever you'd like in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand. The language of evidence. Very well then. I present to you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same as the one in this photo. What? Has this game stopped letting me save at these points? What the fuck? The person Kay saw is not the same person as the one in this photo. What proof do we have of that? So a photo was taken after the first fire. What do we have that talks about the second fire?
Take that!
Not that, is it? Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagrasu Kay saw. Kay spotted the Yatagrasu heading for the 3rd floor during the second fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the first fire. Grrr! Yeah, way to go. That's twice you've bit him in the butt now. We're not done yet. You still have to explain what that shadow is. And how the Yatagrasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet. Ha! As I thought. However, the Yatagrasu's escape route, now that I can answer. You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on, enlighten me.
Hold it!
Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You're busy heading up the Alabastian investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you'd have much knowledge about the Babylese side of the case. So wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side, Agent Sheena, explained in my stead? Sheena is my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eye and call myself her boss? Lang, it's alright. I can take care of him. Sheena. You've shielded me a lot as my boss, but it's time for me to prove my worth. Alright, if you're okay with it, then you have my support. Finally, it's down to just Agent Sheena and myself. This is where the battle really begins. Now then, what is it you'd like to ask? Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babalese embassy? Sheena's movements. I wonder if I... Do you know what? I'm gonna... Can I? Yes. We're getting close to the end here. I think I'm gonna play this again during the week. Because I think another couple of hours and this will be finished. But yeah, I think this is a good point. Already saved. I think this is a good point to leave it there. Yeah, we'll leave it there for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But yes, I am Ashmanix. This is Ace Attorney Investigations, and I'll hopefully catch you guys next time. See ya.